If there was a bright spot from Saturday, was it Leighton Hammond?
Yeah, he was the only bright spot. Obviously, he made shots, which are important. We're just looking, hopefully, for him to build on that, help us rebound as well and defend at his position, whatever position he's playing at that time. He's playing multiple positions for us. But yeah, hopefully he can build on that.
It's been a while since you've really seen a performance like that out of him. You know, how do you kind of, I guess, is there any way to kind of help him maintain that?
No, not really. I mean, you just gotta. It has to do with playing time. It has to do with you know, how long he's in the game and different things like that. So a lot has to do with how much I play him, which we love for him to play. He's played a lot of minutes for us at times. What keeps him from not playing at times is rebounding, maybe, and defensively at times. And we're asking him to guard a bigger guy, different things like that. But we're really preparing. He could be a really dangerous stretch four, really dangerous, as we saw the other night. He can do that, and in the future, he's going to be a dangerous. I mean, we talked about could be a really high scorer at some point for us. But he's still adjusting to defending that position and rebounding at the level we need him to rebound. And he's the strongest player on our team, weight room wise. He's the strongest guy on our team, and we need him to use that. And his height, he's 6'8.5". I mean, he's a big guy. We need him to use that to help us rebound. But yeah, he can score. I love Leighton. I like his game. You guys have heard me say that before. I like what he brings to the table. We just gotta get him in there and be tough.
He mentioned with us the need to be consistent, and so
consistency's a big, yeah, absolutely. But it's hard to be consistent when you're not playing. You're in and out, and I get all that. You know, it's difficult, but you have to be ready. That's the facts. And until he gets into, you know, he'll eventually be a high minute a game guy eventually at some point here. So, but yeah, when he gets in there, he's got to make a lot of positive plays.
I think you said in the radio afterward, you talked about when teams go extra attention on Phil or something, somebody else has to jump in there and provide.
Yeah, you know, as everybody knows, we're always looking for a few more scores on our basketball team, and he has the ability to do that.
Leighton also mentioned that in this league, you got to move on. You got to move on, but at the same time, he said that's a game that we will file away as a team.
I encourage our team to always remember your losses. You know, a lot of teams, you know, and there are certain games at some point in the season you move on, just try to forget about it. You know, our South Carolina game, even though it was our first really bad game, that's one I didn't want our guys to remember because it was the first one. You know, obviously, I just didn't think our mental approach was correct the other day, and that's something that we haven't done a lot. So don't forget it. Put that in your pocket. Remember, hey, we've done this before. Don't let it happen again, and you know, don't take it for granted that you're just automatically we're going to show up and just play. You got to get yourself ready. You got to get yourself ready.
Coming home now for 3 of the next 4 right here at Gallagher, Iowa. Pretty important stretch for you.
Oh, yeah. I really don't put a whole lot of thought into that, to be honest with you. Somebody did tell me yesterday we do have the next 3 out of 4. I didn't even realize that. They're all important. We just try to take them one game at a time. I don't put, you know, they're all important at this point.
You really don't.
I don't
Get past the next
I don't.
one.
I swear, if people think I'm joking. I usually do not know who we play next, but it eventually come up because Joy, if somebody asks me now, when are we leaving for so-and-so? I'm like, well, I didn't realize that was the next game or who we were playing. I couldn't even begin to tell you after. I know who we play Saturday. I have no idea who we play after Saturday. I wouldn't even begin to tell you. I know it's at home because somebody told me yesterday. I think it was Dave Hunt's like, we have 3 out of the next 4 at home.
Baylor.
So, yeah.
Well, let us help you out.
I don't even want to hear it. I'd rather not know.
Looking back, you're not going to have another 5-game stretch like that.
Right. No, we knew it was tough coming out of the stretch, but again, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. I knew it was tough. I knew that. But they all are. You just can't get caught up into that. You don't want your team with the mindset. Our mindset needs to be the same every game. Every game. It doesn't matter. Your mindset better be the same. We don't, as you guys know, we prepare. But we played a Division II team this year. We prepared just like we did for the Kansas game. That's just the way we do it. It may not be always you know, but that's just the way I've always done it. It's how I learned under Coach Pitino. You know, I don't get caught up in the other stuff other than what's next. I tried to get our team to do the same thing.
This team sort of requires max effort anyway, right? Isn't that what you kind of talked about?
Our own team?
Yeah,
we're an average team at best if we don't do that. Yeah, we better put it all out there. We better leave it all out there and do it together. And yeah, absolutely.
You and Tubby, you probably known him since you were in high school, right?
Known Coach a long time. Yeah, just great coach, better person, just unbelievable on both ends. Yeah, he's been very good to me when he was at Kentucky and some things he did for me at Campbellsville. Have an incredible amount of respect for him.
Your first NCAA tournament game, you almost knocked him off, right?
We did. It was a heck of a game. They pitted two teams. Eastern Kentucky and University of Kentucky are about separated 10 to 12, 15 miles apart. So, obviously I played there, and that was kind of one of the NCAA's fun little deals. And we played a heck of a game. Our little team played a heck of a game against them and took it to the wire. Yeah.
When you look at Tech, this is kind of the one team that maybe even has less experience than you guys coming into the season. There's a lot of freshmen there.
There's a lot of freshmen. There's no question about that. A lot of freshmen on their team. He's done a great job bringing these guys along. They play hard every game. They've been in a lot of games. The team that's leading our league, they almost had them beat at K-State. So that enough says a lot right there. But they've won a lot of games this year too. So
This is your 7th year in the Big 12 now. How does this year's schedule and this year's group of teams compare to past years?
It's not. It's easy to say because again, I have a hard time remembering what happened. I can't remember in all my years of basketball anything like this ever. Playing, coaching. It's just it's exciting. It's I wouldn't call it fun. It's interesting, but it's if you're a competitor, you like it. But there's nothing like it. I don't know if you guys. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Is there a lot of conferences where there's 8 good teams, but then there's it's a 16-team league?
16 team. Nobody's playing everybody twice. I can promise you that. Not even close to what we're going through on a game-by-game basis. Not even close.
At least it's good. The national people seem to recognize it.
That's fine. That is the positive point because I think somebody in the teleconference yesterday brought up, might have been you, Robert, I don't remember that, is it going to hurt? Are we going to beat up each other? And I said, well, you would worry about that. People didn't realize how great this is. But you're hearing a lot of people talk about we might get 8 teams in the NCAA tournament. We could. And you hear people talk about that team could, the winning team could lose 6 games in this league and still win the leagues, things like that. So that they're understanding and now they're understanding like the coaches are that, man, this is, we may have some losses in this league and there may be teams that ends up without 1 game below 500 or 2 games below 500 that deserves to get in, but that's just this league. And I think there's ever a year, we were talking about this yesterday, not only is it tough there, I can't remember another time that any league's been this tough in a long time, any league, from top to bottom. I mean, so, it's good that everybody understands it.